Yes, God family. Happy Sunday. It's Sunday. It is the Sunday and it is the first of the month. Yes, God. I'm going to grab my scissors real quick. It is the first of the month. 2026 is moving along. Yes, God. Okay, yes. Thank you for tapping over on TikTok. Can everybody hear me? Thank you, Alex, for liking this live. Can everybody hear me? Just want to make sure before we jump in and talk about burning it down, baby, because that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about burning it all down. Hey, Alex. Everybody can hear me on IG, right? Can everybody hear me? I just want to confirm and double check. I spent a whole bunch of time trying to hook up my microphones and I couldn't get them to work. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to get some new ones. Like, again, burn it all down. Sometimes you got to be willing to say, you know what? Yes. Okay, you can hear me. Perfect. What's up? What up? Hi. Hey, yes, girl. Okay, yay. Okay, everybody can hear me. Yes, God. So, happy Sunday. I am so glad that you are alive and well and breathing today. That is so much to be grateful for. There are some people that did not get the privilege of doing that this morning or afternoon or evening, wherever you are from Canada. Hey, Canada. I'm from Rochester, New York, so I have proximity to Canada. Well, used to. People used to ask me all the time, was I from Canada? Because I guess the way that I say account and about, they were like, are you Canadian? And I was like, no, but I'm Rochesterian. I guess that's close enough. I guess regionally I sound similar. Yes, God. Okay, so I want to, hi, New Zealand. Yes. Yo, you know what? I'm so grateful. Like, I was checking out my Spotify analytics. I need to get better at like updating my podcast episodes over there, but my analytics on my Spotify podcast, first of all, thank y'all for listening, whoever's listening, if you happen to be here or if you happen to see this later. There are people literally from all over the world listening to my work, and I am just so grateful. I'm so in awe of God. I give all the credit to God because it's been God. It has not been me. I've just been a vessel for God to work through my life. And so, quick introduction. My name is Megan. If you don't know me, I am the CEO and founder of Yes God Wellness, which is a holistic health brand dedicated to the mind, body, and spirit connection. I initially started with helping women heal their wombs, and I still do that. I'm sending out an order now that I had to repackage because I forgot to put my little goodies in there. But yeah, and that has evolved now to helping people remember that they have God within them. They don't need an intercessor. They don't need any type of mediator to reach God because God already exists within. And because of that, we are already whole, worthy, perfect, and enough, even though we may have been programmed and conditioned to believe that our circumstances dictate something about our worthiness and our value. Guided by God to be here and write these messages. LOL, peep the spelling. Yes, God. Yes, God. So, several months ago, I asked God very publicly to show me what good could be done through me. And it's been amazing, an amazing and wild ride. And I'm just here and I am just honored and grateful to be here. I started with womb healing too. Yes, womb healing is so important for women because if you're familiar with the work of Louise Hayes, she talks a lot about the womb being the emotional junk drawer and the fact that, you know, when we suppress our emotions and our traumas, they can go and basically just like you throw stuff in a junk drawer and then they can manifest themselves as different things, whether it be fibroids, whether it be PCOS, endometriosis, all types of things. Yes, Louise Hay is amazing. Inside of our Quantum Prayer Circle community, someone shared, she has an audio on YouTube about how to love yourself. And so that is something you may be interested in checking out. But what I wanted to talk about today was the willingness to burn it all down. Okay, and I'm inspired to talk about this because in the community today, I do have a school community called the Quantum Prayer Circle, and it's a place where we go to reprogram ourselves, reprogram and remember our divine identities, and upgrade our self-concepts to that divine identity. And there is someone in there, there's a woman in there, and we go around every day, and we also go live every day at noon. And we were doing our daily gratitude with one another, and she was sharing the fact that she was kind of having an internal struggle because she was raised in religion. She was raised in the church, the Black church, and she, was basically kind of programmed and conditioned for a very contingent and obedient type of lifestyle where you have to do things that are pleasing to God, even if they make no sense. And even if they're very misogynistic and patriarchal and they're very oppressive, it's still right in the sight of God. And how, she is challenging herself to open up her consciousness and her awareness to this new way of perceiving life. And I wanted to give her kudos because that takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of bravery to be willing to open yourself up and be curious about something that is going to completely crumble your entire paradigm for how you perceive your life. Now applying to corporate jobs, so would appreciate your prayer and land something ASAP to pay off my mortgage. I definitely will. Okay. Definitely will. So with that being said, I just wanted, like I said, I was giving her kudos about that, and I wanted to just talk about that today because I think that we have to give ourselves credit, right? The way that we have been raised, the way that we have, been programmed, whatever your circumstance was, right? Whatever your experience was, growing up, a lot of times it's not in alignment with this new way of thinking, which is really the truth, right? Which is that I am already whole, I am already perfect, I'm already complete because I'm already one with God. That perspective can be very challenging and cause a lot of internal conflict when you have been conditioned and raised to believe that your worthiness has to be earned, that you have to be saved by the blood of Jesus, right? That you are born a sinner, okay? And so these are these concepts that have been projected onto us for means of control, right? These things they control us. They cause us to be very subservient. They cause us to basically fall in line with the order of things because there is a certain order in this society, and it is reliant on people believing that they have to earn their value, they have to earn their worthiness, they have to earn their enoughness. All right. And so when you begin to explore a different concept, you can kind of feel lost because now you're like, well, who am I? What does this mean about life? If I don't have to earn validation, if I don't have to earn proof, if I don't have to be shown proof of how worthy and how enough I am, then what am I actually doing? And so I want to just speak to whoever may be in that particular position in life, that it's okay to be in that liminal space. It is okay for you to be confused. It's okay for you to maybe experiencing a dark night of the soul and a place where you are really beginning to question the pillars by which you have set your entire life up on. All right. Someone made a comment on TikTok. Let's see. Oh, I gotta scroll up a while. Okay, hold on. Did I miss it? I know I saw it. Where did it go? Hey, I've been streaming your videos before bed. Yes, God. Can I request a video with affirmations? Yes, I actually do offer that. I would love to do that as an exchange. And I don't put a price on it at all, but if you want to message me and we'll talk about it. I do offer custom affirmations, custom self-concept rampages for what you in particular are navigating right now in your life. Also, another offering that I have is the Quantum Prayer Circle, where you literally wake up to a new prayer, a new affirmative prayer every single morning. There is a brand new self-concept rampage in there every single Sunday. There was one released today, and it is encouraged to listen to them on repeat. As you're sleeping is perfect. Before you're going to bed is perfect, because there is a liminal space in that time before, as you're leaving consciousness and as you're going into the subconscious, which is where we go when we sleep. Whatever you are consuming during that time is very, very important. It's very impactful, because it's planting seeds, okay, in the fertile soil of our mind. Thank you so much for this. You have no idea how helpful this is, but I think you do. I love you. Thank you so much. I love you too. Yeah, it's very helpful. I know I've been getting feedback, and you know, I'm very mindful, again, not to necessarily take credit for this, because I, just like everyone else here, are just an expression of God, a unique flavor of God, right? I have my own unique flavor. You have your own unique specific flavor. Okay. All of us are divine expressions of God being expressed as our lives. And so, like the topic of this live is that sometimes you have to be willing to let go of your old notions and your old preconceived kind of perspective of yourself and of your life, because this world has trained us to believe that we are taking actions in order to achieve a certain result. All right. And the result is already here. The result is that we are alive. The result is that we're breathing. The result is that we are in this now moment. That is the result. See, we've been tricked into thinking that there's something better later. There's always like this carrot dangling in front of us, and that we have to keep moving toward this carrot. And if we can just get to this carrot, then we can be happy. Then we can be super grateful. Then we can feel secure. Then we can feel safe. Then we can feel whole. Then we can feel worthy. And that is all nonsense. You know, we have the capacity to feel that now, and we actually are that right now. But again, we have been duped into believing that we need to do something else, or achieve something else, or have more money, or be a certain number on the scale, or, you know, have a certain relationship status. You know, all of these external things that have been sold to us as the way to become accomplished. And my work is about reminding you that you are already accomplished. The fact that you exist means that you are perfect. The fact that you exist means that you are worthy. The fact that you exist means that you hold great value. You are precious. Your life is precious. You have a very specific divine purpose on this earth. And as you continue to rein yourself back from all of these external things that you believe are going to bring you these feelings of enoughness and worthiness, and you start to remember, wait, I'm already enough and whole and perfect and worthy right now, and really breathe that in and allow that to become the new set point for your nervous system, you will notice that all of the things that you were trying to outsource those feelings through, all of those circumstances now begin to be magnetized to you. Someone is saying, just curious, why is your live name Burn It All Down? I've been naming my job application folders Guided by God, Jesus Christ and Archangel Gabriel and Michael. Well, what I meant when I was talking about good morning TikTok, what I meant when I said burn it all down was I was specifically referring to anyone who may be feeling a conflict about you know, a previous belief system that was telling them that they needed to earn. Okay, that's what I'm referring to, that you need to be obedient, that you need to follow a certain set of rules, that you need to behave in a certain way, that you need to present in a certain way, that you need to perform a certain image. This society, unfortunately, is very based on image. It's very much based on labels and, you know, brand names and homes and cars and, you know, all these words. It's all it is words. Gucci, Prada, Fendi, BMW, Porsche, this, that, like all of these names that mean absolutely nothing, okay? They don't mean anything. Now, I'm not taking away from that. If that's something that you like, if that's something that you enjoy, then you should have it, because abundance is your birthright. But to utilize these things as if they mean something about how valuable you are is a false belief. Thank you, TikTok. Thank you for my gifts and my fan clubs and all this other stuff. I don't know what this is, but I appreciate you. Thank you for continuing to tap the hearts, and thank you for continuing to tap the hearts over on Instagram. Yes, God. So that's what I mean by burn it all down, okay? What I mean by burn it all down is that, again, since really we were born, right, we are being indoctrinated through media, through movies, through our family, through the belief systems of our caregivers, right? Very materialistic and very much, you know, what is outside of me means a lot about who I am. You know, where do I live? What do I do for a living? What kind of car do I drive? What neighborhood do I live in? What kind of clothes do I wear? What kind of shoes do I have on my feet? Right? What kind of background do I have when I'm making a video? We have been, that has been ingrained in us, okay? Because of capitalism. Capitalism wants us to believe that the more and more things that we have, and if we can have a particular flavor of a thing, that means that I'm better than you. That means that I am here, right? It means something about my social status. And so what I'm here to remind you of is that your social status doesn't mean anything. It's a made up concept. It's something that the powers that be are utilizing to get what they want out of us, right? Which is productivity, which is capital, which is human resource, right? Which is because they need us to feed this system that they have going. Labor, right? Physical labor, emotional labor. All right, taxes, all of these things. And so when we can, yes, good health is wealth. Exactly. So, and that's the thing, because we're so focused on the external things, sometimes we may work ourselves into exhaustion. We may be comparing ourselves to other people and measuring ourselves to this standard of success. And then our health is deteriorating because, again, we are outsourcing. Okay, so let me break it down like this. All right. Let's see if I can think of a metaphor. I can't on the spot, but I'm gonna just go with the flow. So when we are looking for these things, right? When we're looking for this income, when we're looking for this relationship, when we're looking for, you know, whatever the outside thing is, okay? Because anything outside of us, anything outside of the relationship that we have of ourselves is external validation. How do we build a life of freedom? That's a very good question. I will hopefully be answering that as I'm having this conversation. So you build a life of freedom by acknowledging that you already have everything you need right now. That's literally it. And I know that sounds very simple and it's not easy, but it is very simple. You build a life of freedom by acknowledging that you have everything that you need right now. And when you can begin to acknowledge that and approach life in that way, you will find that the resources will begin coming to you to experience other types of freedom, whether they be financial freedom, emotional freedom, mental freedom. Okay, but this work has to be intentional, and it has to be something that you are willing to surrender your old perspective and your old life for. All right, you have to be willing to take on some awareness and look at the ways in which you are limiting yourself and holding yourself back right now. Because the concept of even implying that you're not free is a limiting belief. Like, where is that concept even coming from? What and maybe we should ask, like, what do you mean specifically by freedom? And then I can go deeper on that. But what I wanted to talk about was the fact that, you know, when we sit down and we say, okay, what is it that I want in life, right? I want to be healthy. I want to be wealthy, right? I want to have good connections with other people, all right? So once you identify what those things are in particular for you, then you, awareness and curiosity, now ask the question, why? Why do I want these things? All right. Why do I want financial freedom? Why do I want good health? Why do I want good relationships? Right. And the answer is always a feeling. Okay. As human beings, we are seeking a feeling. Some of the typical ones are relief, safety, security, gratitude, happiness, joy, right? The things that we think that we want for our lives are because we believe that those circumstances or those things are going to give us a certain feeling. Is this tracking? Am I making sense right now what I'm saying? Does this make sense to folks, what I'm saying? That the things that we desire in life are because we believe that they're going to bring us a certain feeling. If we have a lot of money, okay, now what? Now we can go buy things, right? Now we can go have things. Now we can manage issues that come up, right? Now we can be housed. Now we can be comfortable, right? And then what? Okay, those things do not bring you happiness. Those things do not bring you comfort. Because there are plenty of people who have financial freedom who are still not happy. They still don't feel secure. They still don't feel relief. They still don't feel satisfied. They definitely don't feel joyful. Okay? So what we have to begin doing is to be okay with understanding that the circumstances that we think we want and the feelings that we believe that those circumstances are going to give us, right? Those are two separate things. And so we spend all of our time trying to get to the circumstance so that it can give us the feeling, when we can just let the circumstance go and come straight to the feeling. You see what I'm saying? So we're going we're chasing this carrot because of a feeling that we think it's going to allow us to experience, when in actuality, we have the capacity to experience that emotion right now, in the present moment, right? Through our imagination, through our perception, through our perspective. Okay? And this is huge. This is really, really huge because, again, we have to have this awareness of ourselves. We really have to be aware of, why do I want this? Why do I want to be able to be on the private jets? Why do I want to have the big fancy home? Why do I want to have the nice car? Why do I want to be able to travel all over the world? Why do I want these things? Because I believe they are going to give me a feeling of accomplishment. I believe they're going to give me a feeling of freedom. Someone just mentioned, I believe that they are going to give me a feeling of satisfaction and fulfillment and joy, right? This is what I believe about these things. And so what I am suggesting is that instead of seeking the thing, instead of seeking the circumstance to give you those feelings, why don't you just start to give yourself those feelings now? Because the feelings are always going to precede the circumstance. See, we have it backwards. We're trying to make the circumstance happen so we can feel a certain way. When in actuality, if we give ourselves permission to just surrender and allow ourselves and give ourselves permission to feel those things now, all right, now the circumstances begin organizing themselves around us instead of us trying to chase and hold on and force the circumstance to happen. Okay. So again, we have been programmed to chase the circumstance, to chase the external thing, because we think it's going to make us feel a certain way, versus training ourselves, training our nervous system, training our mind, okay, to perceive ourselves, to perceive life as enough as it is. as complete as it is, even if it's a hot mess, okay? Even if it's in shambles. God, thank you for allowing me to be in this particular stage. Thank you for the wisdom that this pain is bringing me. Thank you for the guidance, and thank you for the opportunities, and thank you for the perspectives that I am gaining through this hot mess of my life right now. Because it is through being able to be content with what is how what is begins to change. Okay, so from an energetic perspective, when we are not happy with things and when we are fighting and trying to change things, we are continually, from an energetic perspective, giving more and more attention and fuel to that circumstance. Okay, versus when we can say, you know what, this circumstance is what it is. It's going to be fine regardless. It's okay. If it happens, it's good. If it doesn't happen, if it's good. Okay, if this works out, it's good. If it doesn't work, it's good. Either way, it's all good. All right. So when you begin to have that energy and that posture towards life and towards the circumstances, you remove the energetic pressure. You remove the energetic resistance away from it. Okay. And what happens when you move the resistance is now it can come towards you. All right. I like to explain energy like a toddler. When you're chasing a toddler and telling it, come here, come here, come here, come sit down, come be quiet, come, come, come. What's the toddler doing? Running away from you. The toddler is running away from you. And this is the same thing about life. When we're chasing and needing and wanting and hoping and wishing for all of these things, they are moving farther away from us. But when we can have dignity, right? When we can have energetic dignity and say, you know what? Fuck all this stuff. Okay? Fuck everything outside of me. Okay? Fuck how people are perceiving me. I don't care how people are, you know what I'm saying, viewing me. I don't care about the image that people, like when you can literally just let go of all of the external stuff and say, you know what? If I never get that thing that I think I want, I'm okay. Right? If I never have this thing, I'm okay. When you can get to that neutral energetic set point, okay? The neutral position is the solution, okay? Because now you have taken away the resistance away from it. And what you're saying when you are saying, you know what, I'm good with or without it, now you're leaving space for maybe even something better. Have you ever considered that you're not getting the things you want because there's something better for you? Have you ever considered that the business that you think you should be doing and that you're toiling away at is not happening because it wouldn't be sustainable if it was to work? Right? So we have to begin to open ourselves up to the concept that we don't fucking know it all. We don't know shit, actually. That's the part, right? This is the part of living a God-led life, is to be able to surrender the ego mind, put it to the side and say, you know what? I know I'm a smart cookie. I know I'm really smart. I know that my actions, or I have perceived in the past that my actions have gotten me this certain result. But maybe it wasn't my actions that got me the result. Maybe it was just the belief that it was going to happen. Maybe it was just the self-concept that I had. And because of that self-concept, these were the actions that I did. But maybe my self-concept now is that everything works out for me regardless of what I do or don't do. Yes, surrender and trust. Those are the key points, is surrender and trust. Thank you for liking the live TikTok. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. So again, being willing to humble yourself, okay? Because again, this society has programmed us that, you know, we're in competition. We're in competition, even, and they'll try to say things like, oh, well, I'm just in competition with the previous version of myself. You're not in competition with the previous version of yourself. There is no competition. Competition is a made up fake concept designed to make you feel like you are not enough. Okay? The things that we experience, the life circumstances that we are experiencing are based on our identity. Okay? Who do I believe myself to be? Because again, even with all the material things, if you still don't believe yourself to be enough, those material things are not going to change that for you. That is an internal job. No circumstance outside of you is going to make you feel worthy. It's not going to give you self-esteem. It's not going to give you self-worth. It's not going to give you self-confidence. Those are things that you must give yourself. And the sooner that you can give those things to yourself, the more quickly you can build a life that is sustainable for you. Because anybody can will and force and impose their will on life, but that's not sustainable. This is why people get burnt out. This is why people experience depression and anxiety, because they are trying to will circumstances to conform to what they desire versus letting up off the circumstance and saying, you know what, I'm good no matter what. I'm good. I'm perfect. I'm whole. I'm complete. No one does it better than me. Everything I touch turns to gold. Things are always working out in my favor. God is always moving things behind the scenes. God is always orchestrating things to be happening for my good. Okay? Very different approaches to life. I gave things to myself, yet they were stolen by a stalker. I'm not that is not enough context for me to comment on that. And also something that I talked about yesterday was being willing to release victim narratives. Okay? Being willing to release victim narratives and being willing to look at how did I participate in this? And also, how is this serving me? How is this serving me? All right. I see a lot of people putting a lot of focus and attention on past relationships and narcissism and, you know, this person did this to me and that person did that to me. And, you know, all of these things are happening to me. Instead of asking themselves, why, how can this serve me? So Lily, I would challenge you to ask yourself, how could this possibly serve you? Again, you're giving me very abstract things. I don't know exactly what you're referring to, but it sounds like you might benefit from a consultation. Feel free to book one. This is not necessarily, I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole with you right now. But I will say that we have to be willing to ask ourselves the question, how is this serving me? Even the most devastational of circumstances. Okay. I've had friends whose entire houses have burned down in fires. I know people who have become paralyzed. I know people who have experienced devastating circumstances. All right. And still had the courage to ask the question, how is this serving me? How can this be of service to me and in turn help me be in service to other people? Okay. There's only one God, Rachel. That sounds like a question that you still haven't firmed up within yourself. There's only one God. All right. And it's difficult, right? Because life is hard. Things happen in life that are very difficult to navigate, that are very, controversial and painful and traumatic. And so we have to be willing to navigate those things and continue to ask the question, how can this serve me? How can this serve me? Because there's always a possibility of service in everything that happens to us. I'm moving abroad, have been gone for 1.7 years. Now, who do I bless with all my great quality stuff? Well, this is what you ask. Make a post. Make a post on social media. Put an ad in the classifieds. Like do a Facebook Marketplace. And it's important. And we were talking about that yesterday in the Quantum Prayer Circle, is being willing to organize and purge your space out so that you can allow your things to be of service to another person. You know, a lot of times we hold on to things out of a fear and out of a lack mentality. What if I need this one day? I haven't used it in 5 years, but what if I need it one day? Okay. And so instead of holding on for that, maybe consider someone else who it could be of service to right now. Who could it be of service to right now? Thank you so much. I would not consider myself religious. I would definitely consider myself spiritual. But what I do want to point out about mostly all main religions is that first and foremost, Christianity is the youngest one. Okay, it's only 2026 years old. And also, all religions, right, because they are disseminated in a very oppressive, patriarchal, misogynistic, imperialistic way for the most part, they contradict themselves. They contradict themselves a lot. So what you will find as a common thread through all religions and most spiritualities is they all refer to God being within you. Scripture says it. Islam says it. Buddhism says it. All, yes, Abrahamic religions. Okay, they all refer to God being within you, and that on the other hand, they say that you need a mediator to meet God. I don't think Islam is the newest. I think it's Christianity, but I don't know. But the point is that they're very young. And they come through acting like they have all the answers. I think it's very arrogant for humanity to believe that they have the rules of God, or they claim to know God the best. And, you know, God said that this is the way it's supposed to be. Like, who are we? Like, how arrogant of human beings to try and box God into all of these rules and all of these doctrines. It's nonsensical. It really is. I went to divinity school back in, what was that, 2008, and I did a year there, and I was a very challenging student because I asked a lot of questions and I was not pleased with the results, and I was very much kind of like pushing back. And after a year or so, I decided, like, once I learned the historical, social, political context of Christianity, I was absolutely disgusted. I was angry. And I saw how oppressive it was, and I saw how hypocritical it was. And I saw how it tried to justify a lot of violence in the name of God. Hey, alto sounds. Yes, God. Okay. I saw how it tried to use God to justify a lot of man-made bullshit. That's what I saw. And I decided that I was going to go and find the truth for myself. And to me, what the definition of the truth is that something that holds up no matter what, who, where, when, and why. And so that led me to many different spiritualities and ultimately landed me on the study of energy itself. Because these are quantum universal laws that, just like the law of gravity, right? No matter where I'm at on the earth, if I'm holding something and I let it go, gravity is going to pull it down. That to me is a universal truth. Okay? It can't be, you know, manipulated. It can't be explained in a different way. It's a law. Okay? So for me, anything that is a law that happens no matter who, what, where, when, and why you are, that is truth to me. Okay? So if it's not a law, then I'm kind of side-eyeing it. Yes.
There's a wolf and there's a wolf.
There was a coyote out there?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, you saw it?
Yeah, there's a wolf.
Oh my goodness. Go take all your stuff. You're all wet, baby.
They're eating.
Oh my goodness. Can you help her take her stuff off, Chase, please? Yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to go and get ready to do my baby's hair. They just came back in from playing out in the snow. Shh. Let's see. Just to make sure there's no. Hey. Hey, y'all. Islam came hundreds of years after Christianity. Okay, I was not aware of that. But still, the point is that they're very new. They're all very new. They're all very young. They're all very patriarchal. They're all very oppressive. They're all very manipulative. They're all very hypocritical. And they all utilize God's name to justify violence and mess and nonsense. And unfortunately, we still live in a society that attempts to do that, even if it's not through religion, whether it's through politics, whether it's through education, whether it's through nutrition or nutricide. Okay, there are many different systems that we have set up, especially here in America, but all over the world, that attempt to oppress us through righteousness and through goodness. Okay. Yes, God. I didn't mention the Bali retreat because I didn't have time, but if anyone is interested in coming to Bali with us in October, The early bird prices are available right now. We have a few slots left. You can go ahead and book with 25% down, and you can make interest-free payments up until August. And yes, God, also, we would love to have you in the Quantum Prayer Circle. We meet every single day at noon to have a call with one another. There's also tons of courses and resources. There's a 7-day identity reset. There's daily prayers. There are there are self-concept rampages. It's amazing. Exactly. Heaven and hell are both in the head. We cultivate our own relationship with God. It's a temple within. Exactly. Okay. And so I'll leave on this note, because I was listening to Reverend Michael Beckwith before I got on this live today, and I highly recommend to go check out Agape Live Spiritual Center. And I'm so excited also to learn that there is a Unity Church here where I am, and so I'm going to go and check that out next time I have an opportunity. But we have been trained that everything is outside of us, when the reality is that everything is inside of us. Exactly. Religion misses out on the feminine. Exactly. And the true natural divine order of things, because it attempts to put the masculine over the feminine when the masculine actually came through the feminine. But that's a whole different conversation for a whole different day. But yes, God. And they even went as far as to say, like, women, like, everybody came from the rib. When have you ever seen a baby come from a rib? Every time I seen a baby, guess where it's coming from? Religion equals meaning to bind. Yes. Yep. Meaning to bind us. And they need us to be bound so that they can utilize our productivity to continue to advance their propaganda. Exactly. So I'd love to see you in the prayer circle. I'd love to be of service to you in any way that I can. Please feel free to check out the links in my bio. Please feel free to check out my podcast, the Yes Godcast. Feel free to check out my YouTube channel, which is Yes God Wellness. I need to reach out to you regarding your holistic products. I would love that. I'm selling out. I just made some new blends here. I'm so grateful that people are finding me. If you want to know more about me and my brand, over on Instagram, I have several highlights on my profile. You can go and see about my products, results from my products. You can go and listen to my story about my upbringing and kind of, my life and stuff. There's tons of different stuff in there. I have all the things in all the places. I'm definitely a Sagittarius sun, and I be doing the most.
Yeah.
Yes, Dad. Thank you. Thank you for going and sitting down at the table and eating that, okay?
Okay. I want to make this song.
Did you ask? Because I didn't hear you ask for that. Come blow. Thank you. All right, y'all. Yes, God. My podcast is named the Yes Godcast.
Mommy.
Yes.
Can I have some ice cream, please?
Yeah. It's called the Yes Godcast. You're a Sag Sun? Yes. I'm a Sag Sun, Taurus rising, Gemini moon. So, honey, I be doing the most. I appreciate you too. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. Tomorrow I'm traveling to New York City. 12/12. Yay! Yeah, my daughter's a Sag too. She's 12/5. I'm 11/23. I'm right on the Scorpio cusp. So I got a little in me. You know what I'm saying? Cancer Sun, Aquarius, Moon, Sag rising. Okay. Yes, God. I have so many Cancers around me. My mom's a Cancer. 3 of my children are Cancers. I got Cancers everywhere. Thank you. I appreciate your lives. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for spending some time with me. Pisces Sun. Oh, God. Let me not do that. I love Pisces, but Pisces, baby, them Pisces. Love a Sag sister. We them good peoples. You are. Cancers are really sweet. Maybe it can be a little bit manipulative, but that's just a water sign trait in general. Libra Sun, Cancer rising, Capricorn moon. Hey, y'all. Hey. 6/21. Okay, so you're a Gemini. Gemini, right? Yeah, because that's right before Cancer. You're right on that Cancer cusp, though. In my previous life, I was an astrologist. I used to do natal chart readings. I was all into it, okay? Like I said, I have been on a spiritual journey for a long time, so I have done lots and lots of things. Yes, I'm a triple water sign. Haha, Pisces and Cancer. Yes! Yeah, my best friend is actually a Pisces. I have been close to several Pisces. I love Pisces. But the Pisces men, okay, we look, y'all, we already know what it is. Okay. But yeah, I'm heading up to New York tomorrow. I'm super excited. I'm treating myself to an Asian immersion. Okay. I'm about to go get all of the spa treatments and Japanese head spas and lymphatic massages and all of the things. Okay. Pisces man, girl. My mom is a Pisces man. It's interesting dealing with her. Yes. Pisces women can be very dramatic and something else. But you know what? What I love about Pisces so much is that I'm a mutable energy and so are Pisces. And Pisces are very accepting and very non-judgmental. And that's what I love the most about Pisces, is that I can be myself around a Pisces. I lived in Japan 7 years teaching. Wow. Yes, God. I'm going to Japan later this year. After we get back from Bali, I'm actually going to Japan. I'm married to a Pisces man. Pray for me. Girl. Yeah. I've been married once. It was to an Aquarius man. I'm going to just leave it at that. I was married before that too, but that doesn't count. That was literally for like a couple weeks. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this. And he was an Aries. Scorpio men are a no-no for me. I don't think I've ever dealt with a Scorpio. I don't think I have. But I'm good. I'm so much on my path right now. I'm so into my divine purpose. Like, I'm like, God, if you have somebody for me, you'll reveal that to me. But that I'm not even checking for that at all. At all. I've never been married, LOL. Good. This is a Pisces man saying he's never been married. That's good, because then that means you don't have to lie to anybody. Hopefully. Doesn't necessarily mean that, but you know what I'm saying. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for chatting with me. Oh, it's a female. I'm so sorry, JJ. I thought you were a male. I'm so sorry. Okay, cool. Because I was definitely, you brought up the conversation about Pisces men. I'm like, yeah. My mom's a Leo, and this Leo full moon got her rethinking her whole life. Yeah, Leos are something else too. I get along with Leos and Aries because we're all fire signs. I don't think I've ever been really close to a Leo. I don't remember having, like, when I think back about all my close relationships, Capricorn, Pisces, who else? Cancer. Yeah, I get into the water. Even though I'm fire, I have a very deep emotional side. One of my exes used to call me Twinkie filled. I'm a softie when it comes down to it. I'm a softie. I'm a tough cookie on the outside, but I'm a softie on the inside. I can relate. I'm a Pisces too. Wow, we got all these Pisces. Yes, God. Thank you for continuing to like the live, y'all. Water complements fire. It can. It really can. It can. And I think sometimes it's good to have those polarities inside of relationship, inside of connections, because you have different strengths that you bring to it. And I definitely, for me, my steaming journey, my V-steaming journey was something where I really started to see how much water was needed. Because being a fire sign, I was always very blunt, very curt, very direct. I say I probably still am, very confrontational, which can be a great thing, but also learning to incorporate water, learning to incorporate more empathy, learning to incorporate more compassion, more sensitivity, more emotion, more awareness around how I'm being received. And that's how I view yoni steaming, as really a coming together of all the elements. You got the water, you got the fire, you got the herbs, and then you got the air and the steam, bringing it all together to the sacred space.
My feet so cold.
Your feet so cold? That's okay. We're about to go get in a tub so we can do your hair, okay?
Mom, look.
Oh my goodness. Can I warm them up?
Oh. It's hot.
It's hot? My hands are warm, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Will I join for my art account next time? Is clear. I'm a female from the old account. You should connect with my sis, Water Eris. Okay, I'll definitely check that. Please send me that alto sound so I can remember that. Oh, these pants are all wet. You gotta get dressed. Okay, I gotta get my baby out these cold clothes. Cold and wet clothes. I love y'all. I will talk to y'all soon. Have an amazing rest of your Sunday. Thank you for continuing to tap that live. Thank you for tapping in with me. And thank you for checking out all my work. Bye.